day 2 video journal of my solo pilgrimage to Mount Shasta, and success! I made it! This is my campsite. This is my view. I am currently sitting at the foot of this beautiful, majestic, holy space. So just to start and go in chronological order, if possible, if I can stay focused. After I packed up and left and started back on the road, I stopped at the Pyramid Lake Museum and got there about 9:15, wandering around thinking, oh, I got here right in time, opening 9 o'clock, right? Outside they had all these cool signs with the native plants and how the natives used them for food or clothing or shelter. And a man walks out of the building, and I just look at him and smile and say good morning, and he's like, oh, good morning, and we just strike up a little, just polite conversation about the day. Beautiful, and I'm getting closer to the door, and then I'm like, I don't know if it's open. So I look at him, I'm like, is it open right now? And he goes, it's not, but come on in. And I was like, okay. And he excuse me. He lets me in, and we talk for about 15 minutes, ask, where I'm from, and just how I was so amazed at this beautiful hidden gem, literally. And his coworker showed up, and then we talked a little bit more, and they told me the outline of, the museum, and said, enjoy. And I had the whole museum to myself, the whole museum to myself, and it was just so beautiful to read the stories, and, harrowing and heartbreaking what happened to the natives with the European colonizers. But then also there are reparations that are being made that are a good step in the right direction. There's still a long ways to go. I know for me, really, my mother actually really instilled in me the love of nature, earth, and taking care of our planet. And everywhere we went, she'd always have all of us kids, pick up at least 10 pieces of garbage. Make the place better than we left, and to not pick the flowers, but just, remember and then leave it for the next person coming on the trail. And then that love grew into like learning more about native culture and native rituals and their connection to all beings, the tree beings, the little flying beings right now that are buzzing around me, and the winged beings, the feathered beings, the serpent beings, the fish scaled beings, the water beings, the cloud beings, the thunder beings. Like everything is sentient, alive, conscious. And that just has really deepened my respect for the natives and honoring our planet that we are a part of. And with my whole concept that I came to yesterday from sacred economy or economics and A Course in Miracles combined. I love it when things combine like that. And this I am as much a part of this planet as my liver is a part of me. Like it can't be separated from it, and it's just how asinine to think, I'm fine, but my liver's sick. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm fine, the planet's sick. That doesn't make any sense. We're all connected. So I just really love learning more and more about Native culture and honoring that their culture and their beliefs. Hit the road and took a leisurely 55-mile-per-hour pace, set cruise control, done. Looked at the gas and then marked out a gas station. So I had at least a quarter tank leeway in case there was some off-road adventure that I decided to take, which I did. I ended up taking a few. And enjoyed the view, enjoyed the scenery, and I put on my sacred ceremony playlist and just sang and sang and sang. And each song was just this prayer, and this blessing. And many times I was just overwhelmed with tears just pouring down my face for the gratitude of being alive in this experience. It's so amazing. It feels so good. When I stop for gas, this cute old pot-bellied man comes out, and I'm just grinning because I'm happy to be alive. And just the bright rabbit bush flowers that, the guy at the museum told me I came at a good time because they'd had quite a bit of rain this season, and so they're having a desert bloom. I'm like, Mother Nature prepared the way for me, to be lined in these golden rabbit bush flowers, painted the valleys and the sides of the highway with this beautiful golden hue, and then these towering ponderosa pines or red firs, or just spectacular. So I'm just grinning ear to ear, and I meet his eye and I smile at him, even bigger, and, like nod in acknowledgement that I see you, human, I see you. And he grins at me, and he's missing some teeth, and just stops. Well, you just sure are smiley today. Like, what's not to smile about, and I throw my hands up and look around. I'm alive. And he's like, it is a good day to be alive. And when I come out, him and his family are by the trucks, and I notice in their trucks they have these massive, like I couldn't even put my arms around, slices of tree trunks. And I'm thinking, ooh, hollowed out for powwow drums. And so as I'm pulling away, I pull up to him and I'm like, what are you guys doing with these things? And he just grins at me with missing teeth. He goes, oh, breaking our backs. And I was like, where'd you get him? Just up the hill, up yonder. I don't know if that's what he really said, but he was just quite the character, right? And I'm like, no, but really, what are you guys going to do with them? And, just firewood. And I'm like, oh, cool. I was thinking like powwow drums, hollow them out. He's like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. He's like, and then I asked him, like, hey, is there a place around here, like a park I can go set up and make some lunch? And they give me some directions to a park. This is like literally like not even a mile away. And then he asked, what you eating for lunch? I told him, barbecue jackfruit sandwich and some chips, cassava chips. And he's like, okay, you want a beer? I politely declined and wished them, blessings on their journey. Have a good day. In their language, have a good day. In my mind, I'm blessing them, Oh my God, such good people everywhere you go. So I pull into the park, and there's a couple of cars and families with kids playing on the jungle gym or park, whatever. And they leave after I've set my barbecue pork on the dashboard in the sun to heat up because the fridge is being a freezer. So it froze. And so I took a little walk around the park and stretched my legs and breathed and ate. And then there was this massive ponderosa pine, so big it would have taken 3 or 4 of me to wrap my arms around it. Just, oh my God, so amazing. Hit back on the road and just, going up and down the hills, taking it nice and easy. Driving through some cute little towns with some cute little shops that I almost stopped at, but then I didn't because I'm like, I really wanted to get to Mount Shasta. And I'm like, I can stop on the way home if I really still want to. And I really do, because there was this one Lilith store. And I'm reading a book about Lilith right now. So she's shown up for me. So driving, and there's these beautiful lakes and valleys and, mountains. And then I see a sign that says Crater Lake to the right, 7 miles. And I was like, oh, Crater Lake. And for a minute, I was thinking it was like the Crater Lake. And then I was like, oh no, I'm in California. This is not Oregon. But it's only 7 miles away. I have to stop at Crater Lake. So I pull off, and it was a cute 7-mile journey through little, very bumpy roads. And I pull up, and it's this cute little teeny but crystal turquoise blue lake. And there was quite a few people there. So I was like, not where I want to paddleboard and drum in the middle of the lake, because everybody would see and hear me. There's a lot of people. And I wanted to get to Mount Shasta. And I could now say I've been to Crater Lake, put my feet in, felt real nice. Then back on the road and just singing my heart out and driving and looking at the scenery. And then all of a sudden, there she is. And I just sob, like, oh my God, I made it. I made it. I made it. My solo pilgrimage. I made it. I've completed it. Quite the initiation this journey has been for me. I, as a 3-5 projector, the 3, the martyr, or I like to call it the experiencer. Like, I love to experience new things. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But I've just been in the passenger seat most of the time. And sure, I have I can share, and I have partners that are like, yeah, that's what you want to do. Sounds fun, but I'll drive, it's like awesome. So to be completely on my own and in charge of all of the things, is a little scary. It's very empowering. But also lends a deeper gratitude for all the beautiful people in my life that love me and take care of me and nurture me. So the rest of the drive is me just crying every time I see Mount Shasta and singing my prayers and songs to her. I pull up into town to go to the bookstore. Erin, my friend, the reason I'm on this journey, suggested I get this book. And the store looked cool. It has all these crystals and gongs and card decks and books. And in fact, I was going to get that Violet Flame book I don't know if I've shared this part of the story with you, but Saint Germain has been showing up for me. And I went to a Zoom meeting, and they're reading this book. And so I was like, oh, I'll get it in Mount Shasta and start reading it there. But I picked up the book, and it just didn't feel right, And not like it was bad or wrong. It just was like, it didn't call to me. And the thought came to me, you're already using the Violet Flame the way you're intended to. You don't need to read how somebody else tells you how to do it. Is kind of the thought that came to me. And it was like, fuck yeah, standing in my sovereignty. So that felt really cool. And then I saw, so fun story about this. This is their second card deck. My friend Erin, who is the one that inspired this whole journey on her Mount Shasta journey, she sent me a picture that looked very similar to this, with a whole card. She had a card spread laid out. I haven't pulled mine yet because I wanted to be fresh and remembering the journey. And as I was looking at the picture, I noticed there were some mudras from the original deck, this first deck that I used to have. I don't remember who I gifted it to, but so it was really fun to see that. And I was like, oh, I loved that deck. That was such a beautiful deck, and it taught me so many really beautiful mudras that I still use. And so I was excited because this one's elements, and right now I'm really big in following the seasons, the elemental seasons, and trying to live in accordance to the season that I'm in. And I honor that kind of by wearing jewelry, which sounds dumb, but it's an adornment, right? And I'm honoring that season with that adornment. Excuse me. You're gonna get this all. Just Jenny, y'all. This is me. So I got that. They had some blue lotus, which I really love, to make blue lotus tea or crush it up in my cannabis before bedtime. It's really calming, helps open the third eye for dreaming. And then of course this book. And I continue walking around town for a little bit and go into a sound bowl shop, and the staff was so cute and helpful, and I just asked her some questions about, is there anything going on this weekend, that I need to know about? And she's like, was there anything you wanted, that you had in mind? And I'm like, well, I want to hit the Crystal Springs. And then she talked to me about that, and then we talked about a couple of other things. I'm like, oh, and then I heard that every Sunday there's this place where people get together and they drum and sing, and she's like, oh, that's the same place at the Springs. And I'm like, oh yes, now I know I can, two for one there. And that's going to be on the way out of town because I need to start heading home Sunday afternoon and find a new spot to camp. I'm thinking Medicine Lake, but I don't know if that's far enough. I need to get anyway, you don't need to hear my planning in my brain. And God knows the way, right? God knows the way. God's got it. The violet flame and my golden dragon are already on the road, paving the path for me right now. So yeah, then I get in the car and I head up the mountain. I head up and to get to the very tippy top that you can drive to. And I'm also kind of starting to look for camping spots and stressing a little bit, not gonna lie, because the sun is setting. I'm racing against light, and I'm still not confident in setting up in dark. And so as I'm driving, I'm kind of looking, and I'm like, oh, I could, I guess, there, but that doesn't look not nice, but like it's on the road, really, like just off the road, you can park here, or they were like paved with like the dug and fire pits and the picnic tables, and they're like all spaced, just so, and I don't want that either. And so I opened a couple of different apps that I downloaded, and I don't know how to really work them. And I'm kind of stressed, and stressed is not a good time to explore something new, so I'm like, okay, Jenny, you got this. Breathe, remember. And I'm, reciting the prayer. I am a daughter of God herself. Like, I cannot suffer. I cannot be in pain. And like, I am one with her, like the liver is one with me. Like, she's got me. I'm going to be okay. Okay, pave the way. Where am I going? And I pulled off the road, saw a couple people camping off the side, and it didn't appear to be, like paved picnic table camping. And the deeper I drove, the less people there were, the harder the road got to. A couple of, whoops, that one was a little bit bigger than it looked, and some that I slowed down for that were not big at all. Isn't that funny how that happens? And then I found this site, and there's some people around. I can hear them. I can't really see them. At first I was a little like, shit, I gotta be kind of quiet. But I was like, no, actually it feels really nice. Like, I feel really safe, like I can't see them, but I can hear them. So yeah, I just like kind of like a level of safety or comfort, protection, maybe even. I'm alone, but I'm not. And I know I'm never alone, but yeah, set up and this blanket and laid down, and just in time to see the sun set and cast this amber golden hue on this beautiful lady. And there's currently a bee on my phone screen right now. Hello, Hathor. Thank you for joining us. And I, just breathed, sat here anchored, opened up ceremony, called in all of the Ascended Masters, and started to, kind of be aware of how they've all been showing themselves to me in their own way. And it was sparked when there was a car driving through off in the distance, and you could see the light and shadow of the trees dance, and sometimes it lit up the mountain a little bit. but that it hit the trees just so that the Mount Shasta fell into this shadow that looked just like a buffalo. And then it morphed into a mammoth and then an elephant. And I was like, okay, hello, white buffalo woman. And then mammoth, ancient wisdom and elephant medicine, beautiful. And then I was like, oh, okay, let's see. Who else has shown up for me? Isis has been here. As she's this whole, freeing yourself from social constructs, old belief paradigms, religious paradigms, specifically how you believe in God and what God is. And this has been my whole, this initiation of my, I am presence, my divine Sophia Code. I've been working with the Ascended Masters, and it's like the whole concept of the book is you have your own divine genome. You have your own Sophia Code within you, and we're just here to help support you to unlock that. Remember it, tap into it. Just, you don't even have to unlock it. Just remember it exists. And that's what this whole pilgrimage is like this initiation into my I am presence, my divine Sophia Code. And so she's been present this entire time. Hathor with other singing, she's the throat activation and the sound vibration frequency that heals your physical and crystalline genome, and the bees, the humming zzz. And I've been practicing bee breath. My Ayurveda practitioner suggested that I do that 2 times a day for 2 minutes. And so that's been a really beautiful practice. So Hathor's been here. And then Green Tara. I was kind of like, Green Tara. Have I done her initiation this year? I'm not sure if I have. But my connection with her is showing up through Erin, who inspired this trip. For her birthday, shared with her my Tibetan Dorji and said, this wants to be with you for a period of time. And we tried to get together a couple of times so I could get it back for my trip here, so I could bring it with me. But it just didn't work out. And I wasn't sad. I knew I'm really at a beautiful place where I'm really leaning into trusting that all things are happening for me. And so it was just this, you get to keep it a little bit longer. It wants to stay with you. And so when I was searching for how is Green Tara showing up for me in this trip, and other than the whole rewiring these, neural viruses of these fears and beliefs and judgments that are causing me pain, the Tibetan Dorji and my connection with Erin. And so I had this inspiration to ask Erin, and when I thought about it, just tears came to my eyes of oh my God, I was imagining Erin sitting with the Dorji and bringing to mind me being here and her being here when she was here last time, and her experience and our connection, and just infusing it with the Dorji. And because I don't believe there's space and time, it is with me, it is here, it is, the energy is all around me. So that's how Green Tara is showing up for me now. Mother Mary. Mother Mary has been the comforter, wrapping me in a blanket, wrapping her arms around me, behind me, always, just in a motherly embrace. I got your back. And the roses. And it was so funny. Because yesterday I was like, oh, here's so-and-so, here's this song. This song represents, this Ascended Master. And I was like, oh, any song with a rose would represent Mother Mary. And then the next song was Rose Lineage. And I was just like, oh, of course, there you are. And then just nourishing me with, my food, as it sits on this rose card deck. This is the Alchemy Guidebook, and it's infused with the rose essence. Okay, Southwest is Mary Magdalene, and with her is always Yeshua in my mind. Also Joan of Arc, fierce, rebellious, revelatory, and revolutionary, Joan of Arc. And then, of course, the Order of Magdalena and the Essenes. Oh, and the Knights Templar are just showing up right now. Okay, so we've got a good mix of masculine and feminine there. And they've just been with me this whole time. Really, they to me embody. Yeah, I mean that's like the whole like this is how I've rewritten the Bible for me. Is not this like some deity outside of me that I need to pray to for mercy and grace, but this literal teacher that said, "Hey, come follow me. Come on, I did it. You can do it too." Um, and I've studied a lot of Mary Magdalene and read her gospel, and just that she was an equal with Yahweh and the priestess, you know, anointing herself. And in the Sophia Code, she helps you call in your 12 angels, and there's one of them is the angel of anointing. And how many times I've anointed myself with oils or blessings, or even adorning myself with jewelry that represents the element, you know, to help me connect more with earth, you know, like, why not? You know, if I'm making this shit up, I'm going to make it up. So it works, you know, it's easy for me and fun. Why not? And then Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is the one that I have not done yet this year, initiation. I do these initiations every year, multiple times, sometimes. Kuan Yin I haven't done yet, and so I'm going to do it today, and call in my inner child. I've got my markers and my art journal, and I'm doing a really long video journal because this is too much to write, and it's just like it's hard to write as fast as I want to express, and so I'm going to talk it and then I'm gonna art the you know, the big moments and let my inner child play after doing the Kuan Yin initiation. So she is definitely here, and this is anticipation for her and how she's gonna show up. Excited anticipation. And then in the Northwest is the Golden Dragon Seraphim, and they've been here longer than I've been here, because a couple of days ago I sent them ahead of me and asked them to clear the path and light it up for me so that I would know, and safe, protected, guided, magnetized to the right places and people, you know. So they've been here before I have. So thank you. And then anytime I see clouds, and there hasn't, the last 2 days haven't, but the day before, my first day driving through I-80, whew, long stretch, beautiful clouds, lots of dragons. So they've been here all along. Is that all? Is that all? Well, and then I sat here and just set myself up with a pillow. I got a little poof here. I got a pillow and blankets, and I made myself some tea and laid down and just watched. Oh my God, no! Oh my God! So I'm like laying down and looking at the stars, and just so many, right? Just so many. Like look at all of the canopy of light that comes through, and I'm looking at the stars, and I'm like not seeing any constellations I recognize because there's so many. It's hard at my house, you know, the constellations kind of pop out because the further distant ones are light pollution, you can't really see. So I pull up my Skyview app and I point it at Mount Shasta, and my Skyview app, I don't know if that's what it's really called, I can share it if you guys want. It shows the background. So it showed Mount Shasta, and the trees, and then it shows the stars, but then it highlights the ones, and you can tap on it and then it'll open up the constellation, just connecting the stars that you see through the screen. And then it will overlay the image of that constellation within it to show you how they got that image, right? So when I pull my Skyview screen up and then tap to see what constellation it is, you guys, it was Aquarius. I'm not shitting you. And she was literally pouring her waters out over let's see if I can do this. I need a pointer, this edge right here. right here. The water was literally being poured right here, and she was up here pouring the water down Mount Shasta's edge. You can't make this shit up. Like, I wrote a pretty fucking fantastic life for myself if I, curated this in some pre-existence with my oversoul, as the Sophia Code defines it. She talks about in the Sophia Code how, your oversoul orchestrated every step of your life. That's Mother Mary's chapter. Yeah, Mother Mary says that. Because she talks about the way, the beauty of the way. And that's another way Mother Mary has shown up for me. The very first song yesterday, because I was literally kind of stressing about where am I going to sleep tonight, like in the morning, this is my cute brain, and the very first song that comes on when I'm like, okay, I'm going to start my ceremony playlist and just to be in deep ceremony. I've already sent the dragons and violet flame ahead of me, like trust. And the very first song that comes on is, you don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to find the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows the way knows the way knows the way. Yeah. And I remember reading a book once. I think it was, what's her name? I can see her cute face. She's an older Black woman, a beautiful poet. And I was reading her autobiography, and she talked about when she was a little kid and going out to wash in the cold well. And something said, by the way, and her aunt or somebody was like, oh, Jesus is the only way. And how by the way was a curse word, because Jesus is the way. So it's just really funny. All of these things, come together, and it's like, Mother Mary teaching the beauty of the way, and how my Course in Miracles lesson said, God's got the future. Like, you don't worry about the future. God's got it. And then the song comes on as I'm stressing about where I'm going to camp. It's like, oh yeah, okay, relax. Just trust. Just put on cruise control, baby. And I did. At a leisurely 55 miles an hour. Trucks were passing me sometimes. Yeah. So I don't know why I went off on that tangent when I was talking about the Aquarius constellation, because I write my story. Oh, I orchestrated it the way. There it is. Okay. Whoop. I was just blown away. Like that was the constellation that I first saw, because I'm an Aquarius sun, so it's like me. I mean, this is my story, right? And second, that it's the age of Aquarius, right? We're stepping into the age of Aquarius. Yeshua, Jesus, brought in the age of Pisces, as Moses. He was leaving the age of the bull, right? They were worshiping Taurus, the bull, the golden calf. These constellations, it's all connected, right? And so as we step into this new age, and with all the shit that's happening right now on the planet. Do I need to go into that right now? No. Okay. Thanks. Because I'll get lost in that one. This is a lot. We're literally, our planet's entering a new era with all of the planets around us in our solar system, every single one of them shifting into a new sign, moving from earth and water into air and fire within a 16 to 18 month period of time. Holy shitballs. Never in the history of recordings that ever happened. So I guess I told you, but look, I got the Cliff Notes. Good job for me. I'm getting better the more I tell it. More concise. Oh, and then the river of stars. Because, as you look up, it looks literally like this slow, lazy river of stars. And every once in a while, satellites or planes will skitter across, like water skeeters. Remember those? I had a hollow in my neighborhood with this little lazy creek. I don't remember what we actually called it. It was just the lazy hollow, and little water skeeters skittering across. So that was really beautiful. Yeah, I made it another night. Heater worked great. Turned the freezer off, and slept fantastic. I just slept so good. I was kind of hoping to get sunrise, but I woke up so early yesterday because, oh my God, the fridge froze and I had my drinks in there and they exploded. Two of them exploded. And for some reason, I thought it was a tail light because earlier, I think I already shared this story. Anyway, so yeah, but the heater worked great this time. The fridge freezer, I'm figuring out, just turn it on every once in a while to get cold and then turn it off and let it equalize. Oh, this is probably all boring stuff, but it's part of my journey and I want to remember all of it because it's amazing. Oh, okay. So as I sit right here, I don't know if you're not going to be able to see it from the camera. Across the way through the trees, it looks like there's a white wolf. At first I thought it was like these people's dog and I'm like, why did they come so close to me? Why? And that dog was just sitting still. But then and I'm like, it's like a wolf dog. It's and it's white. And like, of course the lights is getting darker and darker and so I can't see it more and more. And this morning I look over and I'm like, it's still there. And then I'm like, it is a tree root. You know how the gnarled tree roots, they come up and it's been bleached by the sun. So it's white, but it looks just like the way it is. And there's a tree in front of it. So it's partially blocked. And that's why I thought it was a dog. But I'm going to have to see if I can get a picture of it, or I'm going to see if my inner child can draw it. Because I was just like, well, I got white wolf medicine. White wolf medicine, baby. Spirit medicine. Thank you, in the form of a tree trunk. So fun. Yeah, it is beautiful here. Oh, seeing the sun come through the trees. Oh, it just creates these magnificent, like, geometric patterns. Oh, just everything is beautiful. And it's like that, oh, well, if I'm part of Earth, I'm beautiful too. Yep, like in all my glory. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. Got some mama on my tongue. Using my tongue scraper. But I'm still drinking my mushroom coffee, so. All right, I'm not sure what today has in store for me. There's some stuff, initiation first, drawing, and then maybe hike a waterfall, go to the Castle Crags. I don't know. We'll see where the dragons take me. Thank you.